Alright, welcome to this video on dimensional analysis, otherwise known as converting between units of measure. And units of measure, something we work with in almost every job that we deal with. Let's just jump in and take a look. Some of these things can be a little confusing, some of them are very easy. Here's a confusing one. Wow, I clocked you at running 100 times I'm sorry, 100 feet in 11.7 seconds. That's as fast as a cheetah at 60 miles per hour. Really? Is it? 100 feet in 11.7 seconds? How can I convert that? We're going to take a look and see how. Not right now. Here's another situation. I'm baking the biggest cookie in the world. I love chocolate chip cookies. I'm going to need 45 cups of flour to bake this. No, you're not going to do this every day. But they don't sell flour by the cup. It's only sold by the pound. Well, I took a look up on the internet, and sure enough, they sell flour generally in 5-pound bags. How many cups are in each 5-pound bag? Well, 18 to 19, so you can do a conversion to find out how many of those 5-pound bags we're going to need. All right, those are just some kind of real-world situations, semi-real world. All right, so let's take a look at a little bit of structure here for this. And we're going to focus right now just on this. Convert 8 quarts to gallons. Now, most of you know that there's 4 quarts in a gallon. So 4 quarts in a gallon, 1 gallon. So that's pretty easy to say, okay, well, that's going to be 2 gallons. But let's just take a look at a structured approach to how to do this. I'm going to suggest that we build a dimensional analysis table. And we're going from what we're given. We're given 8 quarts, and we need to get to gallons. What we're going to do is we're going to put like unit of measures diagonally from each other. So I've got this, notice I got quarts up here, so I'm going to put quarts down here. And then what did I want to get to? Well, I wanted to get to gallons, so I'm going to put that there. And how many gallons were in 1 quart, or how many quarts are in 1 gallon? We have the conversion 4 to 1. Okay, just redrawing this. Quarts, 1 gallon, and 4 quarts. Same thing. I just want to show you a little bit of this. So here the critical thing was like units of measure had to be placed diagonally. All right. Now we can multiply across and reduce and cancel out some units of measure. The quarts are going to cancel out with the quarts, and that's what we want to get to, just plain gallons. And I end up with 8 times 1 over 4, or 8 over 4, which is 2 gallons. All right, and that's it. All right. Now, most of you said, hey, I didn't need that box to do that. That's pretty simple. But what about converting feet per second to miles per hour? So I'm looking at this. Clocked a bus the other day going, so a bus went 170 feet in 12.12 seconds. True. Actually took my class outside and we took a look at that. All right, here's some units of measure. We want to get that to miles per hour. See if the bus was speeding. Parking lot said that they couldn't go over 10 miles per hour, so we felt like they were going too fast. 5,280 feet are in 1 mile. Generally, these would be given to you. Your teacher can tell you whether you would or wouldn't. 60 seconds are in 1 minute. Oops, 1 minute. And then 60 minutes, of course, you know, are in 1 hour. All right, so those are all the conversions that we're actually going to need to do this. All right, I'm going to start my dimensional analysis box or table, and I've been given 170 feet for 12 point. Oh, sorry, my board's acting a little funny. 12.12 seconds, and I need to convert. Now I just said that like unit of measure, we're going to start, see how this feet is up here, or these feet are up here. We're going to put feet down here so that we eventually get to cancel that out. What did I want to get feet to? Miles. Okay, and then we also had seconds down here, so I'm going to put seconds up here because I want to cancel that out. Seconds to what? Well, minutes is what I had in my conversion, and then I want to cancel out the minutes eventually and get it to hours. Okay, so I put the minutes up here. Oops, probably should have that box over there. All right, so I'm going to fill in the holes now. I've got the units of measure. Well, I got 1 mile in 5,280 feet. I've got 60 seconds in 1 minute. I've got 60 minutes in 1 hour. That's all I need. I'm going to start canceling some stuff out. So I've got feet, we're canceling out with feet. Let's see, seconds. Whoops, no, seconds did not. Oh, yeah, it did. There it was. Seconds and seconds are going to cancel out. And then minutes and minutes are going to cancel out. Everything else is going to get multiplied across, and we're going to do that in here. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to pop this up into a calculator and just show you how easy it is. Let me clear out what I'm doing here. All right, and I'm going to use the numerator denominator key, and I'm going to put that 170 times 1, don't really need that, but anyway, times 60 times 60, all that in the numerator. In the denominator, I'm going to put 12.12 times 5,280 times, well, 1 times 1. As you know, I didn't really need to do that, the 1 times 1 part, but I hit enter, and boom, out comes my answer at 9 point, I'm going to round, it was 6, 9.5 something, 9.6, and what's left? Miles and hours. So that's miles per hour. All right, was the bus speeding? No, they weren't. They were just under the 10 miles per hour. All right, so a couple of simple examples. Let's see, we're going to go quarts to gallons. How many quarts? From gallons to quarts. All right, so we've got 14 gallons to start with, and I'm going to build my box kind of around that. All right, looks like it's going to be a pretty easy one. Remember I said like measurements across from each other, so I've got to put quarts up here. What was my conversion? Well, 1 gallon gives you 4 quarts, so it turns out I can cancel out the gallons, and it turns out I'm just multiplying 14 times 4, or 40, 56. 56 quarts are going to be in 14 gallons. It's that easy. All right, on that one. A little bit more difficult. How many miles are in 84,598 inches? Hey, take a look. Pause the video. Give this one a shot based on the information. So pause it now, try it yourself, and then turn it back on and see if you can figure it out. All right, I'm going to make a slightly larger table here, or pause it when you get to a certain place and you feel like, okay, I can take it from here. They're giving us 84,598 inches. And I said, I'm going to go ahead and put inches down here because I know I have to have those things cancel out. What can we convert? Inches straight to miles? Well, I don't have that conversion, so I'm going to go inches to feet. And then I'm going to put feet down here, and I want to get feet into miles. All right, so let me start filling in. How many inches are in a foot? Well, I got 12 inches in 1 foot. How many feet are in a mile? 5,280. All that information was given to me. All right, now I can start canceling out. I cancel out my inches, cancel out my feet, and lo and behold, I'm just going to go straight in here and clear that out. Go back to my fraction key. That's a pretty sweet little feature on this calculator. 598 times, well, times 1 times 1. And then down below, 12 times 5,280, and hit enter, and I've got 1.335, or I'm going to round that to 1.3. Okay, 1.3 miles in that many inches. Pretty nice little process. Helps give you some structure. Maybe seems a little more complicated for some of the easy ones, like, oh, I could have done that without that. But when you get this kind, the boy ran 100 feet in 12.7 seconds. It's kind of like the bus. What was his speed? Well, he ran, the bus is 170 feet in 12 seconds. He's only running 100 in about 12 seconds, so he's a little bit slower. So let's find out how slow he is. All right, so we're going back to our table. And I'm going to do a pretty big one this time because I remember last time it got kind of big. What am I given? Well, 100. Come on, board. There you go. 100, you can do it, feet in 12.7 seconds. All right. Now I'm looking at these units measured. Feet up here, so it's going to be feet down here. And what do I convert feet to? Well, miles. I was almost tempted to put seconds up here because I knew it had to cancel out, but I need to get feet into miles. And then over here, I'm going to go with the seconds, and I'm going to go seconds to minutes. And then I'm going to go, and I think I got enough minutes to hours. All right, let's start filling in some stuff. 5,280 feet in 1 mile, 60 seconds in 1 minute, 60 minutes in 1 hour. Let's see if we're going to cancel enough stuff out. Feet are going to cancel out, seconds are going to cancel out, and miles are not. Minutes will, and I'll be left with miles and hours. So now I can go straight to my calculator and hit this fraction key and start working it from there. So I've got 100 times 1 times 60 times 60 in the numerator. And I see that I made a little mistake there. Sorry, it's this board. All right. Certainly it wasn't me. 100 feet. And then I've got in the denominator, I've got 12.7 seconds times 5,280 feet times 1 times 1. So I really don't need that, but let me just put it on there. And I get 5.36, I'll call it 5.4. So 5.4, what was it? Miles per hour. And if you compare it to the bus, yes, he was a little bit slower. That makes sense. Now, let's see. I want you to try these problems on your own. There's 3 of them. Your teacher's going to have have the answers to it. So just show all your work, bring it to your teacher, see if you can. If you need to rewind, take a look at what we're doing with that dimensional analysis table. This will be good practice and set you ready for taking a test or a retest. Thank you.